Okay, so passwords, right. They're the worst. I mean, how many times have we all been stuck staring at a login screen trying to remember what combination of letters, numbers, and hieroglyphics we used this
It
time?
was like a special kind of torture.
Right. And don't even get me started on those security requirements. 16 characters. Must include a symbol, an uppercase letter, a lowercase letter, the blood of a unicorn.
And good luck if you forget it. Password reset emails can be their own circle of digital hell.
Seriously. And the worst part is, all of that security theater doesn't even guarantee your information is safe. One phishing scam, one data breach, and boom, your entire online life could be compromised.
It's a huge problem. But the good news is that there are some really interesting solutions emerging. And one that's got us particularly excited here at the Deep Dive is something called HiveAuth.
Yeah, HiveAuth. Now, this is something we've been following for a while, and it's got the potential to completely change how we log into, well, everything online.
Absolutely. Imagine a world where you can ditch the passwords altogether and log into any website or app using your Hive account.
So for those who might not be familiar with Hive, it's kind of like imagine a decentralized social media platform powered by blockchain technology.
Think of it like a public ledger that keeps track of all transactions, making it incredibly secure. And your Hive wallet, which is where you store your Hive cryptocurrency and other digital assets, that becomes your key to this whole system.
And this is where HiveAuth comes in. It's like this secure bridge between those apps and websites you want to use and that Hive wallet of yours.
You got it. Instead of trusting a third-party company with your login information, HiveAuth lets you control your digital identity.
Okay, so walk us through how this works in practice. Let's say I'm trying to log into my top secret recipe website. How would HiveAuth make that whole process smoother?
Okay, so you go to the website, and instead of seeing that familiar username and password field, you see a button that says Log in with HiveAuth.
Okay, simple enough. What happens next?
You click the button, enter your Hive username, and then up pops a QR code on your screen.
Like those square barcodes everyone scans with their phones?
That's the one. You scan that QR code using your Hive wallet app, like Keychain, for example.
And that's it. I'm logged in.
You're in. It's really that simple.
But what's happening behind the scenes? How does HiveAuth actually verify that it's really me and not some digital imposter trying to steal my secret cookie recipe?
Well, that's where the magic of cryptography comes in. HiveAuth uses something called proof of key.
Proof of key. Okay, that sounds kind of technical. Break that down for us in like a way that even I can understand.
So proof of key, it's like imagine instead of a password, you have a super secret handshake, right?
Okay, I like where this is going.
Only you and the person you're trying to prove your identity to, in this case, the website or app, they know the handshake. So instead of sending your actual password over the internet, which could be intercepted, HiveAuth uses some really clever math to basically say, hey, this user knows the secret handshake.
And because only the actual owner of the Hive account knows that secret handshake, it's way more secure than a traditional password.
You got it. It's like a digital fingerprint that can't be faked.
That's brilliant. But let's talk about more than just logging in, right? What happens when I want to actually do something on a website or an app using HiveAuth? Let's say buying a virtual pet unicorn. Got to stay on brand for this episode.
On brand. Love it. So it's the same basic idea, but with an added layer of security. When you hit that Buy Now button for your unicorn, the app sends a request to your Hive wallet. But here's the crucial part. Your wallet doesn't just blindly approve it.
Hold on. So it's not like those times you accidentally buy an extra season of a show you don't even watch because you forgot to cancel the free trial.
Nope, not with HiveAuth.
Yeah.
Instead, your Hive wallet app, it'll actually show you the details of the transaction.
So I can see exactly how much Hive I'm spending, what I'm getting in return, all of that.
Everything. It's like having a detailed receipt before you even make the purchase.
That's a game changer, right? No more nasty surprises on your Hive statement.
Exactly. And if anything looks off, maybe the price seems wrong, or the item description isn't what you expected, you could just hit reject.
So I have complete control over every transaction. I like the sound of that.
It's all about putting users back in control of their digital lives.
And this whole time, from the moment I hit that login with HiveAuth button to the moment my majestic unicorn is galloping across my screen, all of that is happening through that secure encrypted bridge we talked about.
The whole process is end-to-end encrypted. Your keys never leave your wallet, and your data remains yours.
Now, we did mention something called service mode in the documentation. Is that something we should be explaining to our listeners right now?
Yeah, I think so. So service mode is for those who want to take security to, like, the next level.
Okay, how next level are we talking here?
Think of it like this. With the standard setup we've been discussing, you're still, in a way, trusting HiveAuth as an intermediary.
Right.
With service mode, you cut out the middleman. You can actually choose to run HiveAuth on your own server.
So it's like instead of having a HiveAuth hold my hand through the login process, I'm basically setting up my own secure fortress.
Exactly. It's the ultimate in digital self-sovereignty. Now, for the average user, this probably isn't necessary. But for people dealing with super sensitive information or those who just have a healthy dose of paranoia, it's a pretty amazing option.
So for those of us who aren't quite ready to build our own digital Fort Knox, what does all of this mean in the grand scheme of things? Why should someone listening to this deep dive care about HiveAuth? So for those of us who aren't quite ready to build our own digital Fort Knox, what does all of this mean in the grand scheme of things? Why should someone listening to this deep dive care about HiveAuth?
Well, I mean, on the surface, yeah, it's a cool login system, more secure, less hassle. But it really hints at something much bigger happening in the tech world.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Go on.
Think about how much we rely on big tech companies right now for everything online, right?
Yeah.
Our data, our identities, it's all kind of...
Locked away in their servers.
Exactly. We're basically renting our digital lives.
Yeah.
But HiveAuth and technologies like it, they represent this move towards what's called digital self-sovereignty.
Self-sovereignty. So like being in control of our own stuff online.
You got it. It's about shifting the balance of power back to the user. With HiveAuth, you hold the keys to your digital kingdom. You decide who gets access, what they can do, all of that.
Instead of just handing over the keys to the kingdom to the Facebooks and Googles of the world, hoping they don't misplace them.
Exactly. It's about trust, but not in the traditional sense. With HiveAuth, you don't have to blindly trust a big company to keep your data safe. The technology itself, the cryptography, it guarantees that you and only you have control.
Okay, that's pretty huge when you think about it like that. But how does this actually play out in the real world? Let's say HiveAuth really takes off. What kind of future are we looking at?
Imagine a world where logging into any website, any app, is as easy as scanning a QR code. No more password resets, no more worrying about whether a site is secure.
And because your digital identity is tied to your Hive wallet, which you control, you're not locked into any one platform or service.
Right. If you're not happy with how a particular company is treating your data, you can just unplug, take your digital self elsewhere.
No more being held hostage by your social media platform of choice or your email provider.
Exactly. And it opens up a world of possibilities for developers too. Imagine building apps and services where user identity is already baked in, secure, and private from the ground up.
We could see a whole new wave of innovation online.
I think so. More user-centric, more privacy-focused, more, well, just plain better.
So to wrap things up for our listeners, it seems like HiveAuth is more than just a cool piece of tech. It's a glimpse into a potential future for the internet.
A future where users have more control, more security, and more freedom online.
And who knows, maybe in this future, we'll finally be able to retire those pesky passwords for good.
Yeah. We can only hope.
That's all the time we have for today's deep dive into HiveAuth. We hope this has given you a glimpse into the exciting possibilities of this game-changing technology. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, keep diving deep.